Hello comrades, the Honey Badger here with a new guide. This time we're going to cover border crossings, roadworks and construction yards. Let's start with the border crossings. There are three types of border crossings, a small, medium and large border crossing. The small one will only have 2 parking spots for your vehicles to drop off cargo and to get cargo from it. The medium custom house has a total of 3 parking spots for your vehicles to drop off stuff. Also, the large customs house will have a total of 5 places for your vehicles to unload their cargo. One more caveat over here is that the large custom house also can import big vehicles. For example, if we take the track builders, at the large custom house you can buy the best track builder that there is, the EDK 300. If we check a medium custom house, the track builder, which I previously shown, is not available to be bought here. Now let's move to construction yard. There's a lot of debate here on what to use. Therefore, over here I'd prefer so much to explain what each type of machinery does, and then you can decide for yourself what you want to have. I'll also share at the end my personal starting preferences for the beginning realistic hard mode. So let's go over the vehicle list. Let's start with buses. Buses are great for transporting workforce. At the beginning, I don't go crazy with buses. This is because the customs house can have so many foreign workers. If you have, for example, 4 buses at the beginning, they're gonna spread the foreign workers between them and you're not going to get efficient travel time. Then we have the dumpers. These dumpers will transport aggregates like asphalt and gravel. I usually keep them close to the border at the beginning, but move them near the city once I build my aggregate storage. Afterwards, we have the cement trucks or concrete mixers. These deliver cement directly to the buildings that need them. Sadly, until you make your own cement plant, the only way to get cement is from the border, so I also keep them nearby. Then we have excavators. These are used for 3 main things: creating the foundation of your buildings, digging underground infrastructure like pipes and power lines, and raising or lowering the terrain with the terrain modification window. They can also optionally be used to build roads and pathways, however at half the speed of bulldozers. Speaking of bulldozers, let's take a look at them. Bulldozers are used for 2 major things: road building and leveling terrain, nothing more. Let's move to the next type, which is pavers and rollers. Pavers and rollers are only used to build asphalt roads and pathways. Apart from this, they're not used anywhere else. Let's move on to the next one, which are road cranes. The road cranes, they speed up considerably the construction of buildings, the power lines and laying the pipes or underground power lines. This is a great way to speed up the construction of these things. The tower cranes are more special. They are used only for buildings and they don't have a own engine. Therefore, they need to be transported to the building using open hulls. Of which, let's talk about the open hulls. These are used to transport steel, aluminium, boards, prefab panels, bricks, etc. to your buildings that need to be constructed. As I stated before, they can also transport other mechanisms on their flatbed. If, for example, you have an open vehicle and you want to see all of the vehicles that they can transport, whenever selecting it, just use the show vehicles containers which can be loaded on this vehicle. This will show you exactly everything that this certain open hull can transport. The same is true if we have, for example, a tower crane. You can click on it and then show this question mark, and it will show you the open hulls that can transport said crane. Be very careful, as some vehicles can only be transported by certain open hull vehicles. For example, the tower crane bought with US money, you will see that it requires a Mark E flatbed to be transported. However, if we check a bulldozer from the US side, let's buy it, it can only be transported by the other variant of Mark E flatbed, the one with a different mechanism on the back of it. So be very careful to this caveat. Then let's talk about closed hulls. These will be used to transport mechanical components and electrical components to your buildings. That's kind of the gist of the vehicles that you need whenever building a construction yard. Now let's check my personal preference when starting on hard mode realistic. Usually I have one construction yard filled with cement mixers. These of course will stay at the border all of the time. Then I have a construction yard filled with 2 buses and 2 covered hulls. For the amount of electrical components you're going to use, 2 covered hulls is enough. Then I have over here 3 excavators and a flatbed that can carry the excavators. Make sure you have this deliver mechanisms only with trucks checked, or else the excavator with its huge speed of 18 kilometers per hour will reach your building in the next year. Then I like to have a roadworks construction where I have an asphalt paver, a roller, a bulldozer and a flatbed in it. Then going back to construction, we have 2 road cranes, a tower crane and a flatbed that can carry that tower crane. The last one, I have it filled with open hulls to transport materials to the buildings. Moreover, the 7th one, usually I leave it open for being a wildcard. Basically, either I use them for more cement trucks, or at the very beginning, I use them as of a roadworks, basically employing another set of asphalt pavers, rollers, bulldozers, and another flatbed. Now, let's talk a bit about how to set up your building plans. If you're like me and you like more of a realistic building style, you will want to build your roads in a very long line without having them automatically built. Now, for roadworks, you do not need at all workers for it. Your roadworks construction yard, basically the mechanisms here, can fully handle building the road without having people employed. Therefore, what I like to do to make sure that this is followed is to have the construction offices assigned to selected and to have the roadworks in a separate tab. For example, for number 2, I'm going to put the roadworks on. For number 3, I'm going to put everything else. Here we go. Oh, by the way, the 7th wildcard one will be filled apparently with dumpers because I forgot to buy dumpers. Here we go. These dumpers will also be assigned to both roadworks and to the normal building work. Now, whenever I want to build the road, I just select the roadworks by pressing number 2 and then select the road that I want to build. Of course, right now nothing is being done because I don't have the materials selected. So let's select the customs warehouse for everything and let them run wild. Here we go. The dumpers already are going to pick up the gravel for my road. And it looks like this bulldozer decided to go. This is what I mean by transporting the vehicles only with open hools. Make sure this is checked so it doesn't bother you. Moreover, if you saw something interesting, the roadworks from here decided to send the bulldozer. However, I wanted to send this bulldozer over here instead. This is because of the autosearch function which it has. To be honest, usually I turn off autosearch for everything apart from reconstruction and machines replacement, and also increase the range to 3.5 kilometers. Basically, right now, if I start constructing another road from here, this road, make sure that this one is also following the same pattern, and the other construction yards too. Now, by having everything unchecked here, apart from reconstruction and machine replacement, I have full control on which roads are being built. For example, this road over here is not assigned to any construction office. I can also use the shortcuts bar over here to place the construction window on a certain number. That's why usually I don't have quick selection on number 2, because I did a muscle memory where I press 1 and then select my roadworks on 2 or select my all construction offices on 3. Now let's get the roadworks to work on this road. Now, as you can see, this one will be faster as my bulldozer is being delivered with the truck itself. So instead of going a miserable 20 kilometers per hour, I can use the full 90 kilometers per hour that the vehicle has by itself. Of course, because my construction office assigned tool has the assignment for dumpers also, they will deliver materials to the roadwork once they finish loading up. They take a very long time to load as they are 32 tons each. Good. Apart from this, let's now assume that you want to build a very long road. And this road is usually split into sections, like this. What you can do to paralize the work is to have a mud road running parallel to the main road that you're trying to build. If I can get it to work, that would be perfect. Here we go. And now at the intersection points where you need to build other pieces of road, simply connect it to your mud road. Now, whenever you're assigning the building, here we go. Also, the dumpers are actively now using the mud road to deliver gravel to the next location. If we speed up a bit the game, here we go, he's gonna deliver it here. And this is how you paralize the work. Let's speed up a bit the process and see you once it's done. Good. Now we have the roads built. Now we have a dirt road that we are not going to use. How we're gonna solve this problem? Well, you can go into roads vehicles and there is a button over here called cancel road. By clicking the cancel road and holding the control button, you can delete the entire mud road up to the connection point that it has. So instead of manually going through each, you can just hit control and this cancel road button. Now, another thing that I want to retouch upon is the fact that I have everything disabled here. This is great whenever I'm having way too many constructions available for constructing. Basically, now I can tell the workers to go individually to the places that I want. For example, I want to build the first 3 houses firstly. We have enough bulldozers to handle all of it, but not enough dump trucks. And what will happen if we select everything is that the customs house will be quickly overfilled. That's why I prefer to use assigned construction offices to deal with each building in particular. Moreover, you can click on the piece that is being constructed and select the notify me when finished. A notification will appear over here when the building is fully finished. Let's wait for it to be done. Now with the notification, once it's done, it will appear here as construction finished, and we can see that the construction is done. We can start building the houses that we have. Basically, by having the setup of autosearch on and reconstruction and machines replacement on, with everything else being unchecked, this will allow me full control on what's being built, whilst keeping the reconstruction and machine replacements of buildings online for longer use. Good. Let's now talk about your citizens and footpaths. Firstly, let's cover roads. Your citizens can use all roads to travel by foot. The problem is that each road has a handicap walking speed. For example, the mud road will slow down your citizens by 50%. The gravel road has a speed of 62%. The asphalt road has 79%, the same with a panel road. What does this mean inside the game? Well, whenever you have a bus stop, the maximum distance a citizen can travel is highly dependent on the road type you're using. For example, if you're using a mud road, then this grocery store can be accessed from 240 meters away. If I try to build another grocery store and try to make it more than 240 meters away, you see the walking distance at the bus stop over here gets reduced. Here we go. For gravel, this means that your buildings can be way further apart. This is 300 meters away. For asphalt, it's even further at 383 meters away. And for paved roads, you have 380 meters away again. This is because asphalt and paved roads have the same exact walking speed if we check over here. 79 with 79. Let's talk now about footpaths. Just like in real life, citizens need to be very careful when walking on roads, as trucks can hit them. That's why the walking speed of roads have such a low number, 79%. However, for footpaths, this is a different story. For mud footpaths, it's the same exact walking speed as with the road one. That's because cars go very slow and citizens don't need to care about that much. However, for gravel footpaths, we already have an increase at 87% compared with the gravel road, which is 62%. Then we have the asphalt footpath at 95% walking speed and asphalt footpath with lamps, which have a walking speed of 100%. Be very careful. At the bottom you can see max speed of cars. All footpaths have a max speed of 35 kilometers per hour. So if you're planning to make your city fully out of footpaths with only one asphalt entryway, you're going to have a bad time whenever garbage trucks and fire trucks will try to reach your citizens. The same is true with ambulances. Now let's check the distance which buildings have access to. If we check the mud footpaths, it's 240 meters. Nothing changed here. Going further with gravel footpaths, we see a huge jump from the previous gravel road to 419 meters. That's 100 extra meters. Then we go to asphalt, which is 459 meters, and to asphalt with lights, which is 478 meters. Does this mean that waste management is impacted or not? Sadly, waste management is not impacted. All of them will have 125 meters of range. We can see over here that I've put a small garbage can, which has 124 meters. The same with the gravel one, 124. The same with the asphalt one, 123. I guess I could have gone 1 meter extra here. And the same with asphalt and lights, 124. So the garbage cans aren't affected by the footpaths. Good. Now let's see an Excel spreadsheet with all of the roads and how many stages it needs to complete. So, as it can be seen, having gravel footpaths increases the road's length by 40 meters when compared to an asphalt road. Also, compared to the asphalt footpath, you lose 40 meters if you go only with gravel. It's up to your decision if having 2 extra building stages, basically asphalt pouring and rolling, if it's worth it for your city. Please let me know down in the comments if you found this tutorial helpful. I'm interested to see what you've learned new from this video. Moreover, if you have further topics in mind, please suggest them, as I'm very viewer focused and read all of your comments. Also, please do like and subscribe, as this helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to continue doing this as a hobby. Moreover, maybe YouTube will buy me coffee sometimes when I reach 1000 subscribers. Until next time, I'm the Honey Badger and I'm out.